Hey guys, how's it going? It's Zahait here, and we're back with a brand new episode of The Farmer Was Replaced. And in the last episode, we made ourselves a brand new record. We put our maze solving code into our code, and we implemented everything, and I left you guys saying I was going to refactor some stuff, so I have gone ahead and done that, and I made a bit of a changelog here. It's kind of janky because there's more changes than what it looks like, but I'm going to try and run you through what I changed, and then we're going to run it. I'll show you guys. It's not as efficient as it used to be, and I'm not sure why. It seems like it was better before. So I don't know why, but I also have intentions to change my polyfarm code because I'm not super happy with the way it's working. And right now, my current unlock list doesn't even have it because when I was using it, it was actually slower to unlock polyfarm than it was for me to not unlock polyfarm. So I think it needs to be fixed. But let's get started on the change log. So I've added benchmarks here, which just right in here, after I unlock something, if can upgrade, then we are going in here and I am just setting a few variables, and then I'm printing the upgrade that we just did, the level that it is, and then the time it took me to complete it since I did an upgrade, and then the total time that it took me from the start of the game, just so I can track the time between upgrades and also the total time passed. And then I'm also passing through the goal so that I can see in my output menu here how long it took me and what I was trying to farm. So that's the intent there. The other thing that I've done is I've set a few variables in here that happen at the start of the code and then also happen every time I upgrade. I am resetting my goals, my world size, my number of tiles, hay level, wood level, blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff I was using more than once, and every single time I called one of my farming things, it was having to check my wood level. So now that is just a variable that's set. And same thing with world size. I was having to check this like 7 different times on every single one of my farming codes, so now it's just one time, world size. And this variable, because it is in the global scope, or whatever you want to call it, the highest scope, it works for all of my codes. So if I need something, it just works for me. 10 out of 10. Now, you might have noticed, if you're very keen, you might have noticed that I have a farm totals value here and a farm totals value here. This is just an update. After I upgrade, it goes through there. If I can't upgrade, then it goes through there. Either way, it goes through farm totals, and that is a function that I made that basically uses the goals that we've already set. Again, that's a global variable, so we don't need to pass it in. Thank you guys for all the tips that you left me in my last video. And because we're trying to find a total, but it relies on the goal, we have to set a total equal to all this stuff. And then we're just going to work through one item after another, and we're going to solve for what we assume to be the total number of each item that we have to farm. So the bones is just the bones, nothing special there. The cactuses have to equal the amount that we need in our goal, plus the amount that we need for eggs. And then the egg calculation is just up here for you guys if you want to see it. Similarly, the cactus gold is the gold that we need plus the gold that we need for cactuses. And then we've got the flowers. I also have a minimum power just because we always want to have some power, so I'm just setting the world size times, or to the power of 3 as my minimum power. I don't know if it's the best number to use, but it's something that has to get bigger as my world size gets bigger. So this was the best way I could think of to do it in the moment. So that's what I'm doing for now. We're doing goal power plus minimum power. And then maze level. This part right now I've just hard coded to be a max maze run, and I've set all my constants now. Things that I don't really ever want to change up here in caps. So these are my constants. Max maze runs equals 220 right now, which I don't know. I still have some playing around to do to see if that's the most efficient. It seems like if I set it to 300, it actually is slower because I got to do 80 more runs than what I would have to do otherwise. So there's probably like a magic number there, but we got some playing around to do with that. And then the pumpkin level is a bunch of code here regarding how many gold total items pumpkin minus total item pumpkin. Oh, this is to get carrots. Sorry, this is to get carrots. And then we are setting all of this stuff to equal how many pumpkin seeds that we need to get, and then the cost of that in carrots. Bingo. And we're also adding in the cost to get flower seeds if we need them in carrots. So the goal of carrots plus the pumpkin carrots plus the flower carrots equals the total number of carrots that we need. Pretty simple stuff, I think. I may have screwed up something in here, like in the actual calculation part of it. There's some weird assumptions going on here. And I don't know, we'll have to play around with it a little bit. But I think for the most part, we're getting close to something that's reasonable. Same thing here, wood equals wood plus the carrot wood, because carrot seeds take wood and they also take hay. So items total dot hay, or total items dot hay is the goal of hay plus the carrots of hay. Now we've set all of our totals. Right here we actually start to farm, and it makes sense to just start at hay and work our way up. So if our total is less than the number or is greater than the number that we have, then we have to farm. If our total is greater than the number, we have to farm. And we're doing this polyfarm check here just in case we have polyfarm unlocked, then we should probably use it. But if we don't have it unlocked, then the code doesn't change. So bingo, bingo, bingo. Same thing, pumpkins, same thing, power, same thing, gold, cactus, bones, all of that fun stuff. So that is it. Now, what that has allowed me to do is pass in, for example, pumpkins. Where's my pumpkins? Farm flowers, polyfarm, farm pumpkin. So I can pass in the totals now. And I can also pass in the number of seeds required. And then we can just, because I've already calculated the number of seeds in this other code, in my farm totals code, we can pass in the number down here because we've calculated it right here. So we can pass it in, we can use it, and then we're just checking to see if we have the number of seeds. If not, we buy them. Same thing everywhere. Now, I haven't, inside of any of these codes, like the farming stuff, I haven't set anything to check for power. So I'm wondering if it makes sense to put power. It might make sense to put the power check before the pumpkins, because then we can farm pumpkins faster. I think I'm going to. I think we'll switch these around. That way we know we have enough flowers, hopefully, to keep up with our pumpkins. Keep our speed nice and full. I think that should be fine. Items.power, flowers. I think flowers takes just carrots, but I can't remember. Farm flowers, flower seeds. Just carrots. Okay, perfect. So it just takes carrots. Then as long as we've done the carrot farming, which means we have to do the hay and the wood, we can farm flowers. So that should work out perfectly for us, I think. So just to get a baseline, let's run this thing. And you'll notice, hopefully, nothing breaks. Here is my... It looks like a lot of information, but it's giving me the unlock stock grass, level 1. The time to complete, it took me a minute to do that. And then the total time passed since the start. For some reason, these are not the same number. I guess this code technically ran slightly after this one, so maybe that's why. Anyway, and then it tells me what I had to farm. So it took me 58 minutes to farm 100 hay. And here it took me 7, almost 8 seconds to farm 20 hay. And bingo, bingo, bingo. That just keeps on going. And down here we're up to 146 seconds to farm sunflowers, which is 500 carrots, which that's actually pretty quick to farm 500 carrots. What's going on down here? Something is sounding janky. Wow, this is really slow this time. I was averaging about an hour and 5 minutes, and this one is very slow. Holy cow. That is all-time slow. I wonder what happened. I gotta try it one more time. Oh, it also at the end, some bugs because I'm trying to swap off the boundary. This guy right here is our total time. So I'm just gonna copy that. I'm gonna put it up in here. And we're going to run it one more time just to see if that was a error or if I should actually put the pumpkins back before the flowers, because it wasn't that slow before. I think you know what's happening? I have polyfarm in here again. I actually put polyfarm back and it's slowing me down, I think. So we might want to either take it out again or just fix it. You know what? I think we just have to fix it. It's just broken. My polyfarm code right now is super janky and it's not very good. So we have to just fix it, I think. That's why this is taking so long. Yeah, it is pretty much the exact same time, I think. What did we have last time? 4, 5, 6, 3. And what do we got? It's almost the exact same time. We were 1 second different. So, okay. I think we're pretty safe to say that wasn't a one-off, and I need to fix my polyfarm code. This is just very broken. So before we fix it, though, I'm going to make a new code because in case I really break it, we need to be able to go back. So I'm going to unmount this code. We're just going to tuck it over here, and I'm going to change the name to be original so that I don't accidentally call that up. And we can mount this guy in here, and we will just def it as polyfarm. And we should be able to get going on that now. That is not how you spell polyfarm last time I checked. Okay, now, what do we want to do with this? This is going to be interesting. So, you know what? This is pretty big and janky. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get this over here so that we can kind of think this through here. Surely we're going to need that. So we can copy that in. Then, what do we want to do? Oh, God. Okay, I think what we want to do is no matter what tile we're on, we're going to want to have a few variables for whether or not we want to plant wheat, whether or not we want to plant wood, and whether or not we want to plant carrots. So we can just set 3 booleans equal to, what do we want? Like have wheat? I don't mind that. Have wheat equals false. Now what we should do is instead of just setting them, hard coding them like this, we should check if num underscore items dot hey, and we should have totals being passed in here. So let's make sure we use that. Totals. Is it totals or total? I can't recall. We are passing in totals with an S. Are we passing that into polyfarm? Yep, we are. Okay, great. Great. So, what do we got? If items dot hey, if the number of items that we have of hay is greater than totals items dot hay, then have wheat equals, and that's going to be true. There we go. Else, have wheat is going to equal false. Okay, there we go. If our number of hay is greater than the total of The totals required of hay, true, else false. Same thing for wood, true, else false. And carrots, true, else false. Okay, so that is sending our initial conditions. Now what we're going to need is something that says while not have wheat or not have wood or not have carrots, we are going to do some stuff. So I guess what we can do is, what do we want to do? Check our tile. First things first, we want to check the tile that we're standing on and see if it's something, not just blank soil. So we're going to say tile equals get underscore ground type, or get maybe entity type. Get entity type. And then maybe we should change this to entity instead. Entity equals get entity type. Okay, so now what we want to do is make sure that that is not equal to nothing. And it is equal to, you know what we want to do? We just want to make sure that it's equal to wheat, wood, or carrots. It has to be one of those three things. Otherwise, we have to harvest it. So I don't know if this will work. If entity equals entities dot bush, yeah. We also want grass. Let's do grass first. Or I don't know if this works. Like entities, can I do this? Can it equal a whole bunch of things? Entities dot bush or entities dot tree. Or entities dot carrots. So we're going to check if the entity that we're on is equal to any of these things. If it is, then we want to set the companion thing like we did before. Companion equals, do we want to do this? Companion equals get companion? Maybe. And then if it's not one of those things, else, and we're going to need a colon in here. If it's not one of those things, then we're going to want to plant one of those things. Now, I think we should prioritize planting carrots, likely. But we have to check before we go to plant a carrot. We have to check that we have enough wood and hay, which is going to be kind of weird. So we have to check if our number of items.hay is greater than the cost to buy carrot seeds. Something like this. And we also have to check that num items, we need all of this again, except now it's going to be wood. And set this other spot over here equal to wood. I wish there was a way to wrap this stuff. Like, I wish this would work. Maybe it does. This is not a valid expression. Okay, what if I do this instead? Is that a valid expression? There must be a colon at the beginning. How do I just tell it that the next code is still part of this one? That's really annoying. Okay, well, whatever. It's just going to be super wide. Oh, we also have to check that we don't have enough carrots. And not... Is it and? Yep. And not have carrots. Ay, this is getting just crazy long here. I don't know if I like this. So now we've determined that we have enough hay, we have enough wood, and we do not have enough carrots. So now we can try to plant a carrot, but we got to check our carrot seeds. So another if statement. This is getting crazy. Is this bad? I don't know if this is good or bad. If items.carrot seed is greater than 0, then we're good to go. We still have to check if it's tilled soil. if get entity type, if get terrain, get ground type equals, we should put this after. If number of carrot seeds is greater than 0, we can plant only if the ground type, you know what? We should put this after. And maybe I should just say equals to 0. If it equals to 0, then we're going to trade some amount of seeds. So trade items dot carrot seed. And maybe we'll just do 10. The problem with this is now I have to put 10 in here. Or it's gonna not be good. Times 10. Okay. There we go. Trade items dot carrot seeds. And then what we can do is say else, which means we did have enough carrot seeds. Then we check the tile type. Grounds dot soil. If it equals grounds dot soil, then we can plant entities dot carrots. Else, forgot this again, we can till and then plant entities dot carrots. Bingo. And then after that, we want to get the companion for that thing. So we can say companion equals get companion, like that. So now we have to do the elif. Would, what do we want? Have would, elif not have wood. Then we're going to plant a tree. Let's plant a tree if we don't have wood. There we go. And else, I guess else, we can just say plant wheat, right? Plant we don't have to plant entities.grass. Then we just till. And it'll plant entities.grass. Okay, that should work, I think. So we're checking the tile that we're on. Right here. If the entity that we're on... Do I want this? Yeah, okay. If the entity that we're on is equal to any of these things, then we get the companion for it. Otherwise, we are going to do a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I think what we want to do is start storing the locations that we're at and storing that in a dictionary. So right at the end of all this, we can start a new thing. Maybe we'll go up in here and we'll set companion list equal to nothing just to get it started. And then right at the end of all this, we can say companion list, and I should probably make this a capital. Companion list at current location is equal to companion. And now, up at the start of all this, I should probably be checking if the current location that I'm at is in my companion list. So if current location in companion list, that means the current tile that we're standing on has something that needs to be the companion. And then I guess all of this that I just did should be in an else here. So if it doesn't have a companion, then we're going to run all this, I think. If it does, then we want to plant the companion, I think. Oh, and I just realized I don't want to do current location. I want to do companion. I want to do this. Companion 1, companion 2. Companion 1, companion 2. And then we need to... What do we need to do? Pass in companion 3? That should work. Oh, wait a minute. Companion 0. Companion type is the first one, which is companion 0. So we're going to pass that in. So then what we have to do is if current location, I just don't know if this is going to be the same number as this. I think I may need to add extra brackets or get rid of these brackets. I think I get rid of these, right? We get rid of those. And then this should be the same number. So now that we've checked if the current location is in the companion list, if it is, we need to plant whatever it is. So we need to make sure that if it's grass, and whatever. So we got a whole bunch of checks to do here. So I'm hoping this will work. If companion list at current location. Gosh, I hope that works. I'm still not super comfortable with all the dictionary stuff. Equals entities.grass. I guess before we do that, we should just harvest whatever we're standing on. If the location we're on is in the list, then we just harvest whatever the heck it is. And then we entities, what the heck? Entities. There we go. If it's equal to grass, then we just have to make sure that we're standing on grass. Get ground type is not equal to grounds.turf till. Else, since we've already harvested, nothing. That should just be good. Now, elif companion list equals entities dot, why do I keep doing that? Entities dot bush plant entities dot bush plant entities dot bush. Okay, and then elif this equals tree, plant tree, else plant carrot. But we have to check to make sure that the soil has been tilled. If get ground type equals grounds dot soil plant entities dot carrot else plant till then plant entities dot carrots. And I need to set this to equals. If companion equals, companion equals. Okay, that should all be good. Now the other thing we have to do is in here where we're setting our companion. So we're checking if the tile we're on is any of these. And if it is, we're setting our companion. But what we want to do is only put companions for things that we actually need. Otherwise, I think we want to override whatever the companion is and set something that we actually do need. And I'm not really sure the best way to do that. So maybe this is like an elif thing, instead of or. or we can say if entity equals entities.grass and have hay, not have hay, and not have hay, then we are going to get companion. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Maybe we're gonna have to think about this a little bit more after I get this all set up. If entity equals entities.bush and not have wood, and then we can set this again, and elif entity equals entities.tree and not have wood. Companion equals get companion. And lastly, elif entity equals, and we'll just copy this. Whoops, I should have cut that. Cut entities.carrots and not have carrots. Then we'll do that. Now, the problem is, if it is equal to entities.grass, and I do have hay, then we're not setting the companion, and we're doing this stuff down here. So I think we need another elif in here. And if it's equal to none, that's when we're doing all of this stuff. And then if none of those things are true, then we gotta do something else. So if we have grass planted there, but we already have our goal, or we have a bush there and we already have our goal, blah, 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 then we need to override the companion, because what we're going to be planting is something that we don't necessarily need. So we can still say get companion, or companion equals get companion. That'll give us the location. And then I guess what we can do is just override companion 0 with something that we do need. So if not, again, I think we should prioritize carrots. If not, have carrots. If not, have carrots. And then we'll just say companion 0 equals entities.carrots. elif not have wood. And then companion will equal entities.tree. And then finally, elif not have hay, companion will equal grass. Now we just realized somewhere up here, plant carrots, we're not checking if we have seeds. So we got to check for seeds and check that we can afford seeds, right? So if num underscore items dot carrot underscore seed is greater than 0. Let's say equal to 0. And we basically have to do this whole thing again that we did down here. And num items, hey, all this blah, 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 blah. Oh, God. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Anyway, we put it in there. So if the number of items the carrot sees equals 0 and this, then we're going to trade items dot carrot seed 10 else if this is all gonna have to get indented, I think. If num item carrot seeds is greater than 0, then we're going to do this stuff. And then if else. This means if we're down in here, it means we couldn't plant carrots because we either didn't have enough seed stuff to buy seeds or enough seeds. Then else plant, I guess it doesn't matter. If we don't have one of them, plant wood or plant hay. Okay, there we go. So if we don't have enough, we're going to check if we have enough hay. If we don't have enough hay, we're going to make sure the ground type is actually hay. If it's not hay, we're going to till it so that it is hay. And then if we do have enough hay, then obviously we need trees because for some reason this condition didn't work. And if we have hay, then we must not have trees. So there we go. Wow, that is getting ridiculously janky. But we'll have to see how this goes. You can't do assignment here. If num items equals. Geez, that gets me every time. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that I've screwed something up in here. There's a lot of if, elif. So I think I probably screwed something up. And you know what I just realized? We're not rechecking any of these things. So we're probably going to want to do that somewhere. And we also need to move. I wasn't moving. You know what? I think we just go in here and we say current location equals, and then move to new location, I think is our way of doing this. And we gotta pass in current location. I hope that works. I hope that works. Okay, let's try and see if I can do this. Oh boy. Okay, so we'll set wood. Let's see. Wood, hay, and carrots. All to 10 million. Error. Takes one. Oh, totals. Error. Have hay. Not defined. Oh, I called this hay, and then down here I said wheat. Hay. Hay. Cannot be used as an index on empty. Oh, hang on. This is supposed to be squiggly, right? Maybe that'll fix it. Let's try that. Okay. Okay. I am getting round brackets. Okay, hang on. I think I need to add round brackets in here. Okay, it's doing something. I don't think it's doing what we want. But I added in here if open bracket or parentheses current location 0, current location 1 is in the companion list. And it at least seems to be kind of identifying things. I don't know exactly why it's doing what it's doing. Okay, I think I figured out what the problem was. If get ground type is not equal to soil, plant entities.carrots. That is no good. That is just no good. Hang on, how do I gotta cancel this. Okay, we need this to be equals to soil, then plant carrots. If it's not, then till and plant carrots. That might just fix it. Entity. Okay, at least we're planting carrots now. I feel like it's not working. Why is none of this stuff in here changing ever? You're telling me these are never companions? Okay, so we're checking the tile. If it's not in our list, then we're not really doing anything with it. So else, maybe... if entity equals grass and not have hay... I think we still need to harvest and plant something else. I think in here we say if it's equal to hay, then we're just gonna harvest. And then because it's already hay, it should just be hay again. And then in here, what we can do is harvest and plant tree. And then the same, actually, that's going to be the exact same thing down here. If we need wood, then we're going to harvest, plant tree. Oh, but we should be doing that before we get the companion, not after. So we'll take that and we'll put it up here. And that should be good. Okay, and we shouldn't be harvesting in here. I think I should do that right here. No matter what it is, we need to harvest. Whoopsie daisy, harvest. And then, see, then there's really no point in checking if entity is equal to this, because whatever it is, we've gotten rid of it. So maybe we just get rid of all of this. I might regret this. I think we just get rid of all of this. And we're gonna have to get rid of all of this. And I think we even get rid of this. Maybe not. 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 Companion. We get rid of the else part, I think. Because all of this is just going to happen now. Right? I hope? Like that? So companion equals get companion. Do I need this in here? I don't think so. I think we get rid of that because I'm calling it down here. Okay, hopefully we're prioritizing carrots now. Now the problem is the trees take forever to grow. So maybe I shouldn't be planting trees always. Because we're gonna end up making a huge mess. So I think what we have to do is prioritize. Why are we planting so much wood? What the heck? Why are we planting every square as wood? That is not supposed to be happening, I don't think. It was supposed to be carrots everywhere. Oh, you know why? Why does it say we have enough carrots? We shouldn't have enough carrots. If num items carrots... what the heck? Items dot carrot. What the heck? How did that get set to 0? Huh? Oh my god, I just realized I'm overriding my number. I got 2 items.caret in here. Well, that's no good. That means my other code has that in it too. Because I copied this verbatim. Hang on. That's not great. That should be the same in here. Oh, it is the same in here. I don't think this one really matters because I think this one is overriding this one. Yeah, I don't think it's really going to change anything, but we still probably shouldn't have it in there twice. That is not great. Okay, so now we shouldn't have 10 million carrots. But we're also not getting companions for these things, which is not quite what we wanted. Why is it not working? Okay, we're overriding it down here, which is not what we wanted to do. Which is not what we wanted to do. I think we get rid of this. I still want to override... No, I don't. I don't think I do. You know what we could do is re-get the entity down here. Entity... Do I even use it up here? I don't even think I use it anymore. So I could just take this, set it here. And actually, maybe we don't even need this. I'll delete this. And if get entity type equals entities.carrots, and we don't have enough carrots. Actually, and we do have enough carrots. Then we can set this to bush. And then we can do the same thing, get entity type right in here. Get entity type equals bush, or get entity type equals tree. And then I don't know, I should be able to do this. Both of those are or, and we have enough wood. Then we don't want to plant wood anymore, or we don't really care. I guess we need to do a check in here and make sure we have enough wood. If have wood, or if not have wood, companion equals bush, else companion equals hay, grass. Same thing here, equals bush, and we have enough wood. Then we're going to copy this whole part here. And we're going to check for carrots. And then the grass part will stay the same. And then the last one, we can do this and make sure we do this. Elif get entity type entities.grass and have hay entities.bush else entities.carrots. And then, yeah, that's just gonna override. I think it's working. I think it's working. We'll have to try it to see if it's actually working. But it seems to be working. We'll give it a go. You know what? Let's just give it a go. Let's just throw it into the hot seat here and let's just see how it does. I guess we'll find out shortly if it's busted or not. We're aiming for 4563.9. If it's not better than that, then clearly we did something wrong. I have a problem. We're not using the polyfarm. Why aren't we using the polyfarm? Polyfarm totals, what the heck? Why aren't we using the polyfarm? We didn't even bother trying. If num unlocked polyculture equals 0, farm wood else polyfarm. Very weird. What? Polyfarm. It doesn't even look like it got called. What is my num unlock polyculture number? I did do it, right? Like I didn't take it out again. Did I take it out again? Polyculture. Unlocks dot polyculture. Okay, so we've unlocked polyculture. That has happened. Poly level is still 0. Why? Everything else is working. Why? We're not actually unlocking it. Something is going on and we're not actually unlocking it. Oh. We're not actually unlocking it. That's why. So we're checking our upgrade list. While can upgrade. So at some point between here and here. Here. We're losing the required resources. Guys, I figured it out. I figured out why we're not unlocking it. I put polyculture in here. But unfortunately, you need to have pumpkins unlocked. So I did it too soon in my list since when I updated it. I put it too soon in the list. So we have to do it after pumpkins, which means it's way late and maybe not the best time to do it. We might want to do pumpkins a little sooner, but I'm expecting that is going to just fix it now. I don't know why that was so hard. Why is what am I pausing on right now? Oh, hang on. Okay, let's just try this one more time. One more time. We should finally be able to unlock polyculture. Oh my god, I can't believe that took me so long to figure out what was going on. Okay. It should work now. And once it does, we should be able to finally use our new code and see if it's actually working as intended or not. I imagine it's probably not, but I'm hoping at least it's going to be working. Because it was broken pretty bad there for a while. Now, the other thing I'm noticing is we're doing an awful lot of farming without power, so I'm going to have to sneak in some more power checks in here, I think. Like right now, again, we don't have any power. And this is my polyfarm code. It is not working as intended. Oh my god. Why? Why are we going so high? This is wrong. It's just straight up wrong. What is my goal right now? What are my totals? What the heck is going on? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Polyfarm. Oh, you know what? We're never rechecking these values. Ever. So we're kind of just stuck. Okay, anyway, and there's something else going on here too. I gotta do something else. Some of these tiles just aren't ever getting harvested, and it seems like it's not even changing what it's doing. No, it's just planting the same things everywhere. So, oh, yeah, it's changing occasionally. It's not always the same. I don't know. What? I'll have to play around with it. But at least it's kind of working. I feel like this needs to happen. I need to redo my polyfarm. It might not be as majestic as it should be. I feel like this should be way simpler to implement than it is. But anyway, we are going to wrap it up today there, guys. I hope you are loving the episode so far. If you are, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And I will see you next time.